My name is Garrett Williams, and I am owner of Heritage Wellness. It is a nutritional therapy practice in San Diego, California. I've been in business nearly 15 years, working for the most part independently with a little help, trying to do most of the things myself. And in the last couple years, I've struggled with the challenges of being overwhelmed, all the things that probably many of you have read about and are enduring yourselves. Operating with many of the clients in kind of more of a reactive state. They were coming as needed. It was difficult for me to pivot and react to people with, urgent requests when my schedule was already overwhelmed. I was in essentially kind of like an emergency room almost. Everybody was calling me at all hours of the day, and it was costing me sleep. It was costing me sanity. It was costing me time with my family. And it was to the point where I was the B word, burnt out. You've heard it. I mean, I've literally experienced it. I've experienced adrenal burnout in my own personal health during college. I know what burnout is, and I felt it coming, and I tried to avoid it with all the different things that I knew how to do, but all my blind spots prevented me from avoiding that burnout. And it was a wisdom that was given to me from my wife, and she said, "You need help." And we discovered, Leslie, it was a blessing that we did the way we did. It was a really easy decision for us to move forward working with Leslie, because while pain is an inflection point to doing the right thing, so is wisdom, and we had both of those overlapping on me at the same time. So it was an inflection point in meeting Leslie, not only for me emotionally, mentally, physically, but professionally in my business. Areas in my business where I was stuck. Yeah, when your boots are in the mud and you can't even move, you're stuck. I mean, I use word pictures a lot in my practice to explain how things are, but stuck was the literal word. I was stuck, didn't know how to free up time in my practice so that I could work on the business, free up time in my practice so I could help clients who needed more help, free up time in my practice so in the middle of the day, if I had a family event, I could attend those things. I was stuck in a revenue model that was very slowly growing. It wasn't able to accommodate staff people who I needed. So it was mire. It was, which way do I go? Which way do I look? What do I do first? And it really was a symphony of things that needed to happen to get me out of that mire. I needed to get my head up. I needed to get some free time. I needed to get some more revenue moving. I needed to enable my staff to help me. But it had to be done all at the same time. And it was daunting for me to even conceive how to do that. But with Leslie's help, it was like, this is easy. This is how you do it. And I say, well, why isn't everybody doing this? And because you don't know that until you are introduced to somebody who has the skills to guide you. So if you don't have the tool in your tool belt, you can't use it. So thank you, Leslie. Wes.
Okay.
Okay. So choosing Leslie to work with, was it a hard decision? Was it an easy decision? It was a very simple decision, because one of the things that resonated with us most in just listening to Leslie speak clearly about business and how it can be enjoyable, it can be fun. You have to structure your business and your systems to accommodate your lifestyle and how things are working. That all sounds good. You can read that in books, but when she put the profit pyramid in front of us and then explained each of the elements, it finally made sense. I could see it, and I could see it on the horizon in my practice, and I could also see which levels of the pyramid I was not currently implementing. So it was a nice summary in one picture. You can explain it in 1 minute, and when things are that simple, you can capture that in your mind. You can repeat those things in your mind, and then you can implement them each day or each week. You can use them as a check and balance on a Friday afternoon. How did I do on my elements of my pyramid? Or I can wake up in the morning and say, today I'm going to tackle this. I'm going to win the day by hitting this part of the pyramid. And so that's what I do. It's a simple, when you're doing the right thing, you just do it over and over again. The success comes, and it does. It's that simple. In starting working with Leslie, there were a lot of things that I didn't know how to do, that I needed to master before I could be successful with the profit pyramid, my business, changing the way I do things. And I like helping people, like all of us do. Those of us with burnout we say yes to everything, and we say no to very little. Well, we say no to ourselves a lot by we saying yes to others. But really getting clear on what my service is and the boundaries that are required in order for me to do my best work. So in doing that, we were able to structure the care packages that I give to people, the interviews that I give to people to bring them in. Everything was done purposefully to identify my ideal clients that I can help the most, give me enough margin in my schedule that when I choose to help people who need additional help as like an SOS or an urgency, that I have margin in my schedule to do that, and that I needed to be sure that I had the material and the system, the structure of the business structure of the bookkeeping and the handouts and the description of services. All of it was made very clear and simple so that I could communicate that quickly to clients and I could master that. So that way my intake was more efficient. The clients were very clear and content with what services they're getting. And then we deliver them very efficiently with outcomes that exceeded our expectations and our clients' expectations. So mastering some of those simple skills, don't overlook the simple fundamentals. That's really where the sales happen. That's where the structure happens for an excellent schedule that is sustainable. And where you get the outcomes you need for your clients. So measurable metrics in business. I'll be honest, it's one of those things I don't pay attention to, but I've learned to, and I'm starting to master those as well. I like helping people, and whatever happens in the background, I actually pay attention to now. So I can tell you that my clients are much happier. In the services that we deliver, our renewal rate for clients, our retention rate is probably higher than 80%. Some people don't stick around because they're well, and they're like, I don't need as much service as I thought I did. I'm moving. I found another practitioner who's closer to me because I do coaching across the country. But 80% plus is really good retention, okay? There's going to be some people who come and go. My practice, I worked with Lesli over 6 to 9 months, and my revenue more than doubled. Okay. I've been in practice for almost 15 years, and our business is doing relatively well before Lesli. But in a matter of 9 months, I didn't realize that was possible because my mind never went to the places that Lesli allowed me to go to. So I went from 2 employees to now 4, going on to 5, helping in various different aspects of the practice. I have Friday off. I'm working on having Monday off as well and casting some of these responsibilities that I have onto others who are very excited to learn what I'm doing and helping and coaching and guiding some of the people. So I don't have to be present for this business to operate. And I don't know a value or a metric you can put on the statement, hey, Garrett, we got this. Have a nice weekend. Go have a nice vacation. It's priceless. We have probably greater than 80 to 90% as well. People coming into our practice when we interview them. We're very, very careful in who we bring into our practice. We want to make sure that these individuals understand what's required to work with us. We want them to be willing to learn. We want them to have the financial means to do what we need to do to help them. We want them to have the time and the energy to apply, maybe some help from family. So when we bring clients in, it is amazing to me that I would say 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, if I do 10 discovery calls in a month, 8 or 9 people sign up with us in our practice. So the guidance that Lesli has provided us in helping to find the right clients and to communicate clearly the value of working with us through the interview process has cut our costs of intake. We're not chasing people who are wandering. There's less people standing on the fence. The commitments are quick. They're efficient, and we reward clients for doing that with the structure we have in the packages that we offer to people. Okay, we talked previously about mastering some skills, and I'll have to say that Lesli has mastered her skills of helping people like myself navigate the challenges that come up with and the excitement that comes with changing your business and seeing the future. It's really easy to paint a rosy picture of where things can go and how good things can be. But at the same time, Lesli was very clear. You got to do some hard things. You got to make some hard decisions. You got to work hard up front and do what I suggest and try it. What Lesli helped us with the most is developing things that didn't exist and encouraging us to try them, and then being okay with it not working or being okay with pivoting a little bit or adjusting things. But I have to say, the guidance Lesli provides, for the most part, works the first time. And when I specifically remember the one time something didn't work, she simply said, "Did you do this? I told you to do this." And I said, "Nope, I didn't do that. It was something that I missed because I was still mastering the things." But what it was during the interview process with clients, she had a very prescriptive list of things that I needed to do in those interviews. And for whatever reason, it was not in front of me during several interviews. And so several clients didn't sign up for services. So what Lesli does is she tells you what's the right thing to do, and then she reminds you, and then she kindly reminds you when you forget something. And she does it in an encouraging manner. And sometimes some of the things that Lesli helped us with, specifically related to the selling the packages or delivering the services, uh, she said, "Try this, try that. I know what you're doing is working. Try this, try that. See if it feels more comfortable for you in delivering the services by saying it this way or by presenting it this way." To try to encourage us to think outside the box of, yeah, there's a system to doing this, but we want to make it really reflective of the way I work, the way my staff works, the culture of my business. And so, with Lesli's skill sets and giving us the encouragement to do hard things, follow through, be nimble, laugh it off a little bit, and enjoy the successes. So, I already know the people who are watching this are in this position that I used to be in. It's called standing on the fence. It's called straddling the threshold. It's called whatever you want to call it. I call it analysis paralysis. You can look at all the different ways to do something, and you can exhaust yourself in analyzing these things. But you have to recognize and look around that there are hundreds of businesses that Lesli has helped who took the first step. They decided they were done with busy schedules, they were done with burnout, they were done with revenue that wasn't meeting needs, and that they needed to do something different. And every journey is started with one small step. I know it's kind of a cliche, but you have to decide that you are done with the pain of the budget that is not meeting in your business, or the pain of not having the time that you want, or the pain of not being able to help people like you want to help people. Just say that you're done with that past and you want what you want, which is success. You want choice in what you do each day. You want excellent clients to work with, and you want to continue your growing and your learning. Those are all affected by the business systems that Lesli can introduce to you and encourage you to implement. And if you implement them at 100%, your struggle is going to be, how do I keep up with myself? Things are going so fast. Do I need to hire somebody? Do I need to sleep more? Do I need an extra protein smoothie? Like any bodybuilder, Olympic athlete, Lesli takes you from standing with your shoestrings tied together to an Olympic athlete. You go from zero to hero in business very quickly, and just enjoy that feeling once you make the decision. Delay, another day, another delay. You can live that your whole life. Jump off the fence, loosen the shoestrings, take the plunge, whatever you want to do. You will be grateful that you did. No regrets. Not for me, absolutely not for me. And I would encourage you to take the step forward. Now, there's quite a few things that Lesli guides you on, but really what she needs to help you in implementing a lot of the business systems that are necessary for successful business. Businesses are successful because they follow systems and they implement them. But it's the people behind the systems that make them grow fast or be successful or otherwise just improve the overall business and how it works. But Lesli has taken a real knack and tact in getting to know me personally so that she understands that I am truly gifted in what I do. And I say that because I'm really good at what I do, but I have to say it that way because if I don't say it that way, then the other part of what I'm going to say right now doesn't make sense. I'm really, really, really not good at what I don't do and what I don't know. Okay. And so what Lesli was able to do is to identify the strengths that I have, the gifts that I have, my passion, and how all of those 1 + 1 + 1 is like 7. Like, I know you maybe don't know how to do math, but for me, 1 + 1 + 1 is 7 when I get in the seat and I'm helping people. And then it comes time to do the business side of things and the side of things that I don't know how to do very well. And Lesli looked at those weaknesses and those blind spots and those gaps and those chasms and is like, this is a road we have to go down, and you just don't have the skill sets to do that. It's obvious it's not your wiring. However, we can make it part of your daily routine. We can enable others around you to do the things that you don't do as well, but you still need to be aware of them and you still need to address them. And you need to be willing to grow in these areas because you can't operate with blind spots and your shoestrings tied together and the chasms in front of you. When the road gets rough, you got to have these skill sets in order to carry yourself through. So again, there's no way I would be as successful as I am today, 8 to 9 months after starting to work with Lesli, if she didn't recognize the blind spots and with a very graceful manner address those to help my business and help me be as successful as I can be. Thank you, Lesli.